I'm going to provide a few tips about writing your business school essays. When it comes to your business school essays, it's important to know that this is an opportunity for you to share relevant information about yourself that might not come across in other areas of your application. But before you get started, you want to step back and ask yourself some self-reflective questions, such as, what are your career plans? What are your personal strengths and weaknesses? Where would you like to be 5 years from now and 15 years from now? Being clear at the beginning will really help you put together a more compelling picture that explains where you came from, which way you're headed, and why an MBA is critical to helping you get there. Before you start, though, you really want to make sure that you're answering the question that's being asked. That might sound like a no-brainer, but when I was working at Stern, I would read a number of applications where applicants spent too much time providing background information and focusing on little details that they thought were interesting but never really got to the thrust of the question that's being asked. So make sure you ask yourself, am I answering the question? You also want to make sure that you stick within the word limit. In your essays, you want to be authentic. It was always very obvious when somebody was writing an essay about what they thought somebody wanted to read, and that really just comes across as phony. Instead, business schools want to learn about you, so be authentic and don't fake it. You want to make sure that you incorporate key messaging about yourself in your essays. Think about, what are your career goals? What are some of your unique strengths and other unique qualities that really make you stand out? Focus on a few of these. Make sure that you don't treat it like a resume where you're just listing everything. Another way to really get across your key messaging is by providing concrete examples and different stories that really illustrate the points that you want to focus on. But be careful. You don't want to cover too much ground because you might only cover things at a superficial level. Instead, it's best to focus on a few key ideas and a few key stories and go into detail on those. So remember, it's more about depth rather than breadth. And last, you want to be clear and explicit of your career goals. Your essays are not an opportunity for you to wax poetically about your long-term dreams. You want to appear ambitious yet realistic. So hopefully these tips have been helpful, and now you feel a little bit more confident about tackling your business school essays.